Coming up January 18th, massive fight night over in Manchester. I'm joined by Melanie Shah. Melanie, a massive occasion for you, a big
It is.
event. You're used to big events, but this is going to be an interesting one. You're taking on Carla Jade. Before we get into the fight, how was your training camp? Talk me through it.
It's been really good. I mean, it was been really quick because I didn't have much notice for this fight, but it's been really good. I mean, all my training's gone really well, and my weight's come off nicely, so I'm quite happy.
What was your reaction when you first heard about the news that you could potentially be fighting on this card when you were first offered the fight? What was your first thoughts, first reactions?
Well, I was extremely excited about going on Misfits because they're obviously just like blowing up constantly. So I was really excited, and it will be an interesting night.
Can I ask, were you a fan of Misfits before you received the offer to fight? Because I know you got some teenagers in the household, right? So I'm guessing they must be
Yeah.
up on their KSIs and Jake Pauls and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're into like their gaming and stuff, so they're obviously got a bit of links there with KSI and the rest of them. But yeah, I was really excited, and they were really excited as well because they did know they had a bit more knowledge about Misfits over the bare knuckle stuff, so it was exciting for them as well.
What are your thoughts on Carla Jade, your opponent?
Well, me and Carla go way back. I mean, she's been supporting me in my bare knuckle fight since the start. So we were kind of mates. And so it's kind of an interesting one because we're on good terms. So to be fighting each other is a bit odd, but it will be fine. It will be okay. It's all business.
Yeah, when you find out, when you obviously, because I believe she was a ring girl, wasn't she? Or still is a ring girl
Yeah,
for
no, she
BKFC.
still is, yeah.
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 So how long you said you two go way back? Was that on?
Well,
Yeah.
so she's been there since my first bare knuckle, which was um a couple of years ago now. So my first one that I did in the UK, that was when I met her, and she was in like supporting me all throughout that, and she was really excited that I won. And we've kind of been in touch ever since. And every time I go up to an event, I always see her. So yeah, just come full circle, really.
And boxing wise, what do you think of her? Because obviously she's had a couple of fights. Have you managed to watch some footage on her and things like that? Do a bit of analysis?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I saw the boxing matches when they happened. We've got completely different styles. I'm used to bare knuckle, which is very raw and very aggressive and very bloody. Um, so the boxing is like a lot tamer for me. I think that it's going to be a bit of a shock to her. I give her top marks for guts for going in the ring with me, but it's going to be completely different than what she's used to. In my fights, I've had teeth knocked out when I've knocked girls' teeth out. She's never had anything like that. I'm prepared to lose teeth, so as long as she's prepared to, she'll be all right. But that's how far I'll be prepared to go. So um, I never come out of a fight where there's not a lot of blood. So um, I think it's a completely different ball game.
What would it
So
mean to you, and where would this rank in your career if you were to become the Misfits Women's Champion?
I think it would be an amazing achievement because coming from um, just doing the bare knuckle and being the age I am, I just think it's an achievement to just keep showing people that I can do stuff when probably people think that I shouldn't be able to.
You were obviously the first woman to first woman from the UK to main event a BKFC show. I'm just wondering
Yeah,
what's it like to lead the way?
it's amazing. I mean, to be honest, I just keep hitting those firsts because I was the first British female in the UK to fight, and the first one to fight in the US, and then the first one to headline, and then I'll also be the first one to win in Misfits as well. So it will be loads of firsts.
Can I ask where did this journey come from? Your combat sports journey?
Um, I don't know really. I mean, like I was always interested in combat sports, but my life went down a different path, and I had the kids and did different things, and it's kind of I just got the opportunity late to kind of go pro with the bare knuckle, and then I've just got this opportunity now, kind of out of the blue, and it's just really exciting.
But what was your like? What was your life like before bare knuckle boxing? Was it? Did you have like a normal 9 to 5 job, or did
No, I mean, I homeschool my children because they've both got autism and they were struggling in school. So I left my job uh, a few years back, and I've been homeschooling them full time. And so I've just been doing the mom stuff really, and I've got 3 kids, and that's just takes all my time, and so this is kind of completely different when I started getting into the bare knuckle. So I'm kind of juggling both.
I watched another interview that you did where you said you have to kind of time your training around your family. So sometimes you might do
Yeah.
6 a.m., sometimes it might be a midnight training session.
Yeah.
Is that still the case?
It is, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of all over the place, but luckily, because I do most of my training with my husband, like he can train me at midnight and it's fine, or he can kick me out of bed at 4 in the morning and tell me to get training. So I never get a break, and I never get to cry off anything. So I'm constantly on the go.
So he must have a massive impact on your career, your husband.
Yeah, he does. I mean, like, obviously he does everything like supporting me and training me and feeding me and keeping me motivated. And then obviously he's there with the kids and working. So it's really, really important for me to have the support from him.
I wanted, if you
So
don't mind, to ask you because after your fight with Britain Hart, obviously
yeah,
you did the interview and it went a little bit viral.
just a little
Obviously,
bit.
you, you suffered a lot of damage in that fight, but
Yeah, I did.
you were so positive
Hmm.
when you were speaking about it. How do you reflect now on that interview?
Um, I was just really in a good mood. I mean, like, because um that was the number one I was fighting. And she's like 20 pro fights over me, both glove boxing and bare knuckle. She's been in the ring with everyone. And I'd just come 4 weeks off another bare knuckle fight. So I was like going in damaged. And then I still took on the number one, went 5 rounds, got my teeth knocked out. And then and I was still standing at the end of it, smiling. So it's like, achievement, like headlining the first, the event, first British female to headline BKFC event, and so it was all positive. I mean, like that was the name of the game. I didn't look at the damage and go, I'm damaged. I thought this is bare knuckle. This is what the guys are doing. They get their teeth knocked out and they do interviews, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm just as tough as they are. So I didn't really see anything wrong with it.
In a weird way, do you think it was kind of like a badge of honor almost?
It was, I mean, because you can't do bare knuckle and then go, oh no, I'm damaged, because the two don't go together. If you don't think you're going to get damaged in bare knuckle, then you're not fighting, you're running probably. So I was chuffed that I went 5 rounds, and I was fine. I didn't even mind the teeth knocking out because I thought I didn't feel any pain. I was fine. It's gonna happen. And it's always good to know that if that happens in a fight, can you keep going? And I can. So I was just like chuffed with myself.
Can
So
I just ask, after the fight, when you turn up, for example, at a dentist office and they ask, how did you do that? Did that ever come across? Was there a situation like that?
and no, I mean, everyone kind of the people that I was dealing with, they all kind of knew what I was in anyway, so they weren't really surprised. And everyone's kind of seen me bust up at different times, and they're just like, okay. It's like the kids they don't even bat an eyelid. They're just like, oh, that's just mum. So they don't care. They just know it happens, and they heal really fast, and so and I'm always smiling about it, so I say it's fine.
Um, how much more do you think you've got to offer in the fight game? How long do you see yourself doing this for?
Well, at the moment, there's nothing stopping me. I mean, I feel stronger now than I did, years back. My diet's in a really good place. My training's in a really good place. So as long as the opportunities keep coming, I've got years in me. I've shown I can take the damage and keep going. So I really don't see anything stopping me.
And this is in BKFC as well as in Misfits. You're happy to
In
take on a
everything,
challenge. Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy to keep going for it. I mean, like if I can get through the Britain fight and lose my teeth and go viral, then what else can they do to me? Like nothing else.
Are you familiar with the other Misfits boxers, El Brook, the your Paisley
Yeah,
stands? Would you like to mix up with them one day perhaps as well?
I would love to because that would be much better weight for me anyway because that's more like my natural weight. So I'd love to have a chance with one of the other girls. They're quite big at the moment, so I know it's probably like it might be like working my way up, but yeah, I'd love to.
And this was obviously on my mind before I interviewed you because obviously Conor McGregor is the co-owner of BKFC. I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
you ever had any good interactions with Conor? Because obviously he's been in the fight game for so long.
No, I mean I haven't had any interactions with
Mm.
him. I mean, like unfortunately, like I haven't been around any of the events that he's been involved in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if in the future, but he's kind of all over the place, so I don't know.
Do you think we'll ever see him fighting again?
In
Anywhere?
MMA,
Anywhere?
I think you'll see him fight again. I don't know whether it will be in UFC. I think you'll probably see him in boxing before UFC.
Yeah.
Um, but he'll definitely do something because he's got the name and the influence. So someone's gonna want to see him in the ring again. So
Yeah. There's
he
a lot of
definitely
money to be
will.
made.
Yeah, it's Connor, so he's gonna always make money. So they'll always put him back in the ring. It just might not be the one some people are waiting on.
Yeah. Just the last question from me. Can you give us a little bit of a prediction for January 18th? Carla Jade against Melanie Shah. What's going to happen?
Okay, well, I'm gonna win, and I'm pretty sure I'll win within the first round, maximum two. Um, but we'll see how it goes. But it will definitely be a win for me.